Hey guys, my name is Daniel Mudheki and I'd like to thank you all so much for joining me today. Most importantly, I'd also like to thank God for enabling us all to be here. Well, as you all know, we are continuing with the series that we started a couple of weeks back that is on the must-dos in dating and marriage. And the last two videos, we've spoken so much about this. And so if you've missed any of the videos, just go to my YouTube channel and take a look. And remember to subscribe so that you do not miss out on any of this lovely content. Well, in today's video, I'd like us to talk about something that I learned a couple of years back. I remember it was one of my very good friend's wedding in 2015. And the pastor had a very, very beautiful sermon during that time. And he spoke of credit, okay? And he mentioned that any of us today who owns a phone, it is very important that that phone has credit, okay? Basically has money in it, right? Because then you are able to do, to make calls, send SMSs, use data, and all that. And so a mobile phone without credit would be rather useless. And so what he did is that he broke down the word credit into a relationship and marriage, all right? And the C in credit stands for something. The R in credit stands for something. The E, the D, the I, and the T, all those words in credit stand for something in marriage. And in the next few weeks, I'd like us just to talk about this. I'll break them down with what they mean. Every week I'll be doing at least 2 words so that we get to understand the importance of credit in marriage. And so today we'll start with the C. And the C stands for communication. My friends, communication is efficient and effective transfer of information from one source to the intended party. Okay? Let me repeat that. That communication is efficient and effective transfer of information. And so this is only rendered to be communication when the other party receives and understands whatever it is they are being told in accordance to the intention of whoever is speaking. And so I came to learn that in a marriage or relationship situation, communication is absolutely important. In fact, I go and urge you to over-communicate, because over-communication ensures that each of you are on the same page. I look at the Bible and it reminds me of the story of the Tower of Babel. Remember when guys were trying to build a tower that would be so high that it reaches God? And one thing God did is that he brought the difference in language to the people. And so everybody started speaking their own language. And what happened? This brought a confusion and a distraction. And so the tower was unable to be built. And I'll tell you, my friends, this is the same thing that is happening in most of our relationships and marriages. There is a lack of communication. There is a lack of time that is set aside for effective and efficient communication. And let me tell you, when your marriage has no communication, when your relationship has no communication, then definitely it will end up like the Tower of Babel, only destroyed. And so let me tell you, it is important that us as men learn to listen, okay? Sit down and listen. Ladies, sit down and listen. Because I'd also say one thing, that communication is as good as listening. Because if you don't listen to what you're being told, then it is very difficult for you to be on the same page. In fact, the other day when I was doing some research here and there, I realized that there's a very big difference between hearing and listening. Because hearing is just the perception of words. Hearing is, you can conceive words, you can hear words, you can hear some noises, you can hear birds, you can hear something around you. That's what hearing is. But listening is intentionally making time to understand whatever it is the other person is trying to say. And I'll tell you, my friends, look at it in a battle zone, for example. I love watching history videos on World War II and World War I. And one thing I noticed is that the most important thing for the other party to come and destroy in a war is the instruments of communication. That was the first thing they wanted to destroy. Because if you do not have a communication channel with the people in the battlefield, then, your plans cannot go through. And so most importantly, communication is something that they take care of very, very, very importantly. Because it allows you to either win a battle or lose a battle. And so, my friends, if this is a seriousness that people in the military take communication for, why shouldn't we do that in our marriages? And so I'll advise you guys, make time, consciously make time in your relationship to have a session where you talk about anything and everything, all right? And this could be daily for those who can make it, but at minimum, at least 3 times a week, you're able to sit down. And one thing I came to understand that is important is we have also introduced a very bad culture in most of our relationships where we don't eat at the dining table. We don't eat together. And you'll understand that when you sit down and eat together, what this does is it gives you time to be able to talk. It gives you time to be able to exchange whatever it is you've gone through the whole day. And so sitting together at mealtime is a very important strategy in maximizing time for communication. And so reintroduce these things back into your marriage, back into your relationship. So communication is the C. Now, the R in C.R.E.D.I.T stands for responsibility. And my friends, I'll tell you that in any relationship or marriage, it is absolutely important that both parties have responsibility of what it is their roles are. We must be responsible individuals, all right? The Bible says that when I was a child, I behaved like a child. But when I became a man, I left childish things behind and did things that are of men. And so it is very disturbing when you look at people in a relationship, however, they are not responsible in what they do, all right? And I don't even want to start giving examples because there are so many examples out there. People are not responsible over their relationships, over their finances, over their own lives, over their time, over the things they do. And so it is very important that we are responsible in everything we do in our relationships and our marriages. Men, you have your roles, and I know you know them. And the most important role of a man is to provide vision and direction for the relationship and marriage. You see, you cannot provide vision and direction when you are the one who is irresponsible. You are the one who is lost out there, not doing what is right. Okay? Number 2, the woman is very important for you to nurture this relationship. Okay? Because women have that ability in them. They nurture things. Whatever you give a woman, she incubates, she takes care of, and she gives you back multiplied. Miles Monroe said, you give a woman groceries, she gives you a meal. You give a woman a house, she gives you a home. You give a woman a sperm, she gives you a baby. All right? And that is also a very important responsibility when it comes to women. And the Bible says that a woman will either build a house or destroy it. And so that's what I say. When a man takes his position and gives leadership, gives direction, and gives a vision for the relationship, then it is also very important for the woman now to come and nurture and take care of that relationship. Be the source of joy in your relationship. Be the source of comfort in that relationship. All right? And don't be the person who actually breaks down the man. That does not work. And so, guys, I'll say this. Protect, provide, and care for your relationship. Those are your responsibilities as a man. All right? So let us all take our roles very responsibly. Let us take care of them. Women, remember that you have the power to shape that home. You have the power to shape that relationship. And so it's absolutely important that responsibility is taken very seriously in our relationships. And so we'll stop there for now. But I just want you to go through those 2 things in your relationship and ask yourself with your spouse or your partner, how have we been in communication? Have we been doing a good job or are we doing a horrible job? Secondly, on responsibility, are you both taking your roles responsibly? Are you making sure that you do what is required of you in a relationship? Okay? And so until next time, think about that And remember, go and subscribe so that you don't miss out on this wonderful series. God bless you. Take care.